So students, today we are learning first chapter in animal physiology, that is digestion and absorption. This is a chapter number 16. Now we have to deal with only three chapters, that is digestion and absorption, locomotion and movement, then plant transport in plants. Then syllabus gets over. Only one small part is left, cockroach, that I will discuss later. So this is the first chapter in animal physiology, chapter number 16. So this is digestion and absorption. One by one slides we will see, and in detail we will discuss. Okay, so digestion and absorption, like the food what we eat, when it goes to stomach, it is not under our control. So it will get digested in the stomach and intestine. Then our body requires energy, isn't it? So our body requires energy. That energy we get from digested food. Digested food should be taken into the blood by finger-like structures present on the inner wall of intestine, that is called villi. You already know this. So the food will get digested. How food gets digested, we are going to learn step by step now. Then how food is absorbed. Then at last we are discussing disorders of digestive system. Okay. So one by one we will see. First of all, what is nutrition? Nutrition means process of taking food, no? So nutrition is getting and utilization of energy rich nutrients, meaning you eating and using energy rich nutrients like food. So nothing but indirectly they are saying eating food, okay, taking food into the stomach, that is called nutrition. So you know, the process of taking food by the organisms, living organisms, that is called nutrition. Okay, nutrition means we should take not normal food, we should take nutrient rich food, means the food which contains nutrients. What are those nutrients? Like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, then fibers, then water, minerals, vitamins, all this should be there in the food. Then only it is rich with nutrients, and we call it as a balanced diet or balanced food. So nutrition is process of taking food, that is process of getting and using that, utilization of energy rich nutrients, that is process of taking food by organisms. Why we should take food? That is a question. Why should we take food? We know that we take food for having energy, because the food after digestion, it releases energy in the form of ATP. So that energy is required for doing all the activities, all the daily activities. So we need energy, for that we take food. There are some other reasons also, like we have taste. So for taste also some food we eat, tasty foods we eat. Okay, and when we feel hungry, to fill the stomach also we eat. But main reason what food gives to us is energy. So what food provides? What is the work of food in our body? First one, it gives energy for life activities, means to do all the activities like running, walking, jogging, even brain thinking also requires energy. So all the functions in our body, then all the activities what we do, for that energy is required. That is how food gives that energy. Then it gives materials for growth. If body has to grow, then proteins are required, muscles are required, you know. So all the parts, even blood is also to be produced. Then only growth can happen. Like a small kid, after 15 years or 16 years, you know how at what height it will grow. So if you compare your childhood photos, okay, and today how you are, you compare, what has happened is growth, you know. During the course of growth, bone also grows, then blood also produces in more quantity, then that is 5 to 6 liters blood will be there. No, in children's that much blood will not be there. In adult we are talking about 5 to 6 liters blood will be there in whole body. Then muscles develop, bones develop, so height increases, all that is growth. So for that growth, it provides a material for growth. Then maintenance of body temperature also requires energy. For that also food is required. So food after digestion, you know that it is called oxidation of food, when oxygen mixes with food and food breaks down food breaks down, that is catabolic process, breakdown process, and you know that during catabolic process energy is released, and that energy is used for maintaining body temperature also. Means lot of energy is required to maintain body temperature. Okay, you should know this. Some smaller animals cannot live in colder climate. You know why? Like if you go to the place where there is snowfall and all, you don't find small animals there, because compared to their body surface, their size is small. So energy, first of all, they produce less. That energy, if they use for maintaining body temperature, then no energy will be left for doing activities. So smaller animals cannot live in colder areas. You can search if you want. Why small organisms doesn't live in colder areas? Okay, because large animals body is large, body surface is more, then they produce lot of energy, and that some part of that energy can be used for maintaining body temperature. But in smaller animals, they cannot waste energy for maintaining body temperature, because first of all they have very small body and less energy they produce. If they use that energy for maintaining body temperature, they will not be left with any energy to survive. So maintenance of body temperature, that is, we maintain constant body temperature, that is exactly 37 degrees Celsius we maintain throughout the life. That also requires energy. Then very important, you have seen that whenever you have wound or you have lost some part of skin, okay, and you have lost some muscles, like when some area cuts, blood loss happens, then blood will be produced again, and you see that wherever wound is there, it is not permanent. Later that wound will be filled. That means new tissues will be formed. That is called tissue repair. For tissue repair also, for repairing of tissue, for forming new cells, new tissues also, food is required. Okay, so these are the functions of food. That is why we should take food. Then now, food what we take, what kind of nutrients will be there in the food? Nutrients means what are the parts of food what we take, like carbohydrates, proteins, fats or lipids, vitamins, minerals and water. And along with this, fiber is also required. Fiber, now kannadadalli narina amsha anta kariteve. Fiber you all have seen, like some are fiber containing, means they will have a thread like material inside, like when you cut beans, on the edges you see one thread like structure comes, no? So that is fiber only. So fiber containing substances, that kind of food also we should eat. Fiber is also required. If all these materials are there in one food, then it is called balanced diet, balanced food. Then now samatolita ahara anta kariteve. Okay, balanced food. Water plays very important role in metabolic processes, and it prevents dehydration of the body. Means dehydration means loss of water from the body. Even loss of water happens either by vomiting or by loose motion. During vomiting, water will be lost from the body, and during loose motion, water and minerals will be lost from the body. So even by urination also water is lost from the body. So person should regain water. So it prevents dehydration. Okay, if dehydration happens, person will die. So too much loss of water happens from the body, person will die. So like severe diarrhea, So diarrhea means loose motion I am talking about. So water also plays very important role in metabolic processes, because for digestion process very important is water is required. Like we do that, like soon after having food we drink water. So water is required for digestion process, and all the metabolic processes in our body requires water. Then we are going to learn human digestive system now. Human digestive system. What all parts are there in human digestive system? You can see first part, what you see is mouth. Mouth is required for grinding action and chewing, mastication of food. Mastication means biting and grinding the food. So first food enters through mouth. Okay, then there is a buccal cavity, that is in the neck portion, throat, buccal cavity. Then there is pharynx. Then esophagus is there, that is a long tube. Now Kannadadalli annanala anta kariteve. Okay, food pipe in English. Food pipe. It is also called esophagus. Then food passes through this. Then it comes to a structure, that is stomach. You know, that's why they are showing stomach there. Here, stomach. Then stomach will continue as small intestine, which is highly coiled structure. You can see in the center there, it's a coiled structure. Then it leads to this part, what you see here, this orange color part, what you see, this one, this is large intestine. So small intestine is connected to large intestine. You can see here, it is connected here. Okay, then last opening is there, meant for release of undigested waste, that is excreta. Okay, that is through opening called anus. So digestive system means it will start with mouth and end with anus. So it's a long tube. Long tube, it starts with mouth and ends with anus opening. And along with that, only that tube is not enough. Along with that, some associated digestive glands are required. Associated means, suppose now this is a tube, okay, digestive tube. On the left and right side, there should be some glands. That glands are required for secretion. Okay, so these glands are required. So we will see some glands here, like we see first in the mouth salivary glands. Salivary glands are there, they produce saliva in the mouth. Now lala rasa anta helteve kannadadalli. Lala rasa bere, lava rasa bere. Lala rasa means saliva, lava rasa andre volcanoes alli barudu. Okay, anyway, so we produce saliva. So food mixes with saliva, that is required for digestion. First step of digestion happens with saliva. You know, in high school 10th standard you have learnt it. So salivary glands are required to release saliva in the mouth, because that saliva mixes with food. And second, when food goes to stomach, there are gastric glands. Name only says, word gastro means stomach. Gastric glands are there in the stomach, they release gastric juices. Okay, that gastric juice is required for digestion process. Then liver is there, you can see here, liver is the largest gland in the body. Liver, it produces bile juice, which is required for digestion of fat. Then pancreas is there. Pancreas, here here they are showing pancreas, they have labeled it pancreas. Pancreas also releases pancreatic juice and very important enzymes which is required for digestion of proteins. Okay, then intestinal glands are there. Intestine also produces some materials, like you know that it produces cholecystokinin, which is required for release of bile juice from the liver, and release of pancreatic juice from pancreas requires cholecystokinin hormone is required, that is also produced by intestinal glands. So intestine also releases some chemicals which is required for digestion process. So this is a part of human digestive system. And starting from mouth till anus, that long tube, human digestive system, we also call alimentary canal. You already know, in 10th standard you have learned, it is called alimentary canal. Starting from mouth till anus, long tube, it is called alimentary canal, also called as gut. Gut, you know, you have heard that in some stories and all. They say, some people say, my gut feeling says this will happen tomorrow. Gut feeling means, you know, inner feeling. They are talking about, no, feeling doesn't happen from the stomach, but they just say gut feeling, meaning, you know, my mind says, my internal mind says this will happen tomorrow, like that. Sorry. So this is a, so for digestion, long tube is required, that is from mouth till anus, and along with that, on left and right side, associated glands are there, that is required for digestion process. So first one is mouth and buccal cavity, very important, mouth and buccal cavity, because when we take food, that is called ingestion of food, not injection. Ingestion means taking food inside. Okay, ingestion of food starts with mouth, because we know food we take through mouth only. So first step of digestion occurs in the mouth. You see there, mouth receives food. So process of receiving food or taking food we call ingestion. You see there spelling ingestion. Okay, so it then the food goes to buccal cavity, that is oral or mouth cavity. So inner part of the mouth, no? That is the inner part of the mouth we call buccal cavity or oral cavity. Oral means, you know, mouth. Okay, then what it consists of? You can see they have labeled it. It consists of palate or roof, teeth and muscular tongue. So inside the mouth, what is there? In the oral cavity, what is there? Palate, that is roof. You can see when you open your mouth, up and down, what is there? Roof like structure is there. What you see here, this is a roof like structure. Okay, so that is called palate. So on the top you see here, just behind the teeth, so the part is slightly hard. It is called hard palate. Okay, then here at this part, now ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಿರುನಾಲಿಗೆ ಅಂತನೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ. That is called very soft part, soft palate. Okay, then you see there are some parts. No, these what you see here, this side and that side you see orange color. The tonsils, we say tonsils. Okay, tonsil area. Anyway, then here at this part where tongue is there, below the tongue, when you lift the tongue, behind that one line is there, muscular flap which connects. That is called frenulum. Frenulum, it's written there, frenulum. This much is not there for you in the syllabus. Okay, just we are learning for the point of NEET also. Some points I'll mention, not so much. I'll not go much beyond the textbook. Slightly 1 or 2 words here and there. Okay, frenulum. Then there are some glands. This, you know, lips. Then it is called gingiva or gums. Gum, where teeth is there. Below that, what part you see muscular, that is called gums, you know. Okay, that is also called gingiva. Gingiva is other name for gums. Then very important is, tongue is muscular organ attached to a floor of oral cavity called frenulum. See, I told you, tongue joins to oral cavity. Like if you open your mouth, you will come to know here below the tongue you see one connection is there with the oral cavity, that is called frenulum. What you see here, this part they are showing. Okay, then tongue has a smaller projections called papillae. Okay, some papillae bear taste buds. Like on the tongue, if you see bud like structures are there, many are there, that is called papillae. And some papillae will bear taste buds, that is meant for giving you taste buds. At the back on either side of the tongue, tonsils present. You see this orange color part, what you see on that side, left and right part, on left and right part inside, that is called tonsils. Okay, so this is what is oral cavity. Then when food enters the mouth, the food should be grinded. No, food should be cut into pieces. For that, cutting the food, then grinding the food, all that will be aided by teeth, you know. So teeth is meant for grinding the food, that is called mastication of food. Mastication. Okay, so the nature and mode of arrangement of teeth is called dentition. Like how teeth is arranged inside, arrangement of teeth is called dentition. Okay, that's why teeth specialist we say dentist, no, dentist. So the word don't or dent word refers to dentist. Okay, dent means related to tooth. So nature of teeth and mode of arrangement of teeth is called dentition. So there are 3 types in human beings. Dentition is of 3 types, that is heterodont, thecodont and diptyodont. Okay, heterodont, thecodont and diptyodont. What is the meaning of that? We will see now. Very simple. Heterodont condition, hetero means different. We have 4 different types of teeth. If you look at the teeth, all the teeth doesn't have same shape. Okay, they have different shapes. There are 4 types of teeth. That is called heterodont condition. Because hetero word refers to different. You know, hetero means different. Don't means tooth, dentition. So having different teeth, meaning we have 4 different types of teeth. You can see all 4 different types they have given. Okay, they are incisors. Incisors are meant for cutting. Okay, incisors are meant for cutting. That is, you see there, the first what you see here in the center, that is incisors. Incisors are meant for cutting in the front part. Canines on either side, you see the sharp part here in the front, that will be canines. And canines are meant for tearing because it is sharp pointed, so it is meant for tearing. Okay, you see these, I am talking about this part. Okay, here these two, that is incisors meant for cutting the food. Then these two sharp, what you see, that is canines. Okay, canines are meant for tearing the food. Then premolars are there. Premolars, what you see here, premolars next to that on either side, on the top also, premolars. Okay, meant for mastication, that is grinding the food. So last, no, that is premolars are meant for mastication. When last, what you see, last tooth here, which is like almost flat bladed, flat structure, that is also meant for grinding. Okay, so here incisors are meant for cutting the food. Then these two sharp pointed, no, that is meant canines, that is meant for tearing the food. Then premolars and molars, last molars, that is also meant for mastication, grinding the food. So grinding the food is called mastication. So that the teeth will help for converting larger food molecules into smaller molecules, because it will cut the larger molecule into smaller pieces. Okay, so premolars and molars together they are called cheek teeth, or they are which have cusp. No, premolars and molars are called cheek teeth. Cheek means here it comes in this portion. Last, what is it? Molars and premolars. Sorry, premolars and molars. Molars are the last. Okay, they are also called cheek teeth. Okay, which have cusps. Then thecodont condition means teeth is placed in a socket of jaw. Socket of jaw means, like if you remove teeth, it is, if you remove all the teeth, there will be cavity there, no? So in that depression, all the teeth is fixed. So we say teeth is placed in a socket of jaw bone. That is, that arrangement is called thecodont. Okay, thecodont means, heterodont means having 4 different types of teeth. Thecodont means arrangement of teeth in the socket of jaw bone. Okay, andre jaw bone ಒಳಗಡೆ fix ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. That fixing is called thecodont condition. You can see there how it is arranged. See, here one side all the tooth are there, and here other side they have removed tooth and they are showing how it is. So these are the cavities, you know. In that cavity the tooth will be fixed, and tooth will be numbered, you know, like incisors on left and right side. There are 2 incisors, no? So it starts with 1 here, then 2, 3. Okay, so 1 and 2 are incisors, then 3 is a canine, and on either side you see that sharp pointed, you know, that I am talking about. So if you want I can show you like this, no? This pointed, that is what they are talking about, canines. Okay, so canines, that is meant for tearing the food. That is number 3. Then 4, 5, 6, not actually 6, 4 and 5, it is called premolars. Then you see last 3 there, 6, 7, 8, that is called molars. Okay, so these are the sockets. Socket of jawbone. Socket means, you know, like a when you put a plug, no, in a switch, no, like that. So socket of jawbone. So it is, teeth is fitted in the socket of jawbone. That arrangement is called thecodont condition. You can see clearly here in this picture, all the tooth are fixed in a socket of jawbone. That condition is called thecodont condition. Then one more condition is there in humans, that is called diptyodont, where diptyo means 2 types, or you can say diptyo means 2. We will have 2 types of dentition. One is during childhood we will have milk dentition. Now ಹಾಲು ಹಲ್ಲು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಹಾಲು ಹಲ್ಲು ಅಂದರೆ it will fall off. It is not permanent tooth. Temporary tooth it is. Like during childhood, what kind of teeth you will have, that teeth will not be permanent for you. It will fall at the age of 5, 6, 7, like that it will fall. Okay, then in that area new teeth will come. But after 25 years, 30 years and all, if tooth falls, new tooth doesn't come. So teeth comes 2 times. First condition is called milk dentition. It is called decidual teeth because it will fall off. Then after falling, new teeth will arise from that area. So milk dentition. So this means appears twice in the lifetime. Diptyodon, di means 2. The tooth appears 2 times in a lifetime. Okay, so that is the condition. Okay. So the first condition is called milk dentition or milk teeth or decidual teeth. They will be 20 in number. Like in children it is 20 in number. Okay, and develops at 6 to 7 months of birth. Means after birth 6 to 7 months baby will get the teeth. They are replaced by permanent teeth at the age of 6 to 7. Like I told you, at the age of 6 or 7 those teeth will fall. In that place new teeth comes. So that means, and that teeth what comes after 7 years, that will be permanent teeth. So second one, permanent teeth, they will be 32 in number. So in children's number of teeth will be only 20. Only 20 will be there in children's. Then in adult it will be 32 teeth. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗಾದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 32 ಹಲ್ಲು ಉದುರಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 32 ಹಲ್ಲು ಉದುರಿಸಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಪ್ರೋವರ್ಬ್. ದೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇ. ಓಕೆ, it is not a proverb also, general saying. Okay, they say 32 hallu anta. Okay, 32 in number permanent teeth. So last 4 molars appears only after the age of 18. Last 4 molars andre here one, upper one and one here. So upper 2 last corners and lower 2 last corners. So totally 4 molars appear at the age of 18. That is what we call wisdom teeth and all. Wisdom teeth, no? At the age of only at the age of 18. So they are called wisdom teeth. See, I told you, wisdom teeth. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ ಹಲ್ಲು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು, wisdom teeth. But this wisdom teeth will give lot of problem in future because cavity formation will be more, and it grow in some people it grows on jawbone, so difficult to remove because brush also doesn't reach at that area. And I mean behind that teeth you cannot brush it because behind that gums will be there. It will be hidden in the gums, so it will be problematic because when cavity happens, dental caries, we call not cavity, dental caries we say. When dental caries happen, then it will be problem, no? Then root canal, then that's why in other countries what they do, when those 4 molars are in good condition only, they'll get it removed because they know in future it will give problem. So when it is in good condition only, the dentist will remove it. And in other countries that fashion is there, that every 3 months once they go to dentist and get it checked. I mean they don't wait till it becomes worse condition. I mean in India what we do, until we get pain we don't go to dentist. Okay, in other countries they are not like that. Like oral cavity they keep it very clean. Like they go to dentist every 3 months once, whether they get pain or not they just go. If any condition is there, then dentist will correct it. So in India what we do, cavity should happen, then cavity should reach the gums, then he'll get severe pain, then they'll go to dentist, and doctor will give 2 choice. One is he will get it removed, then gap will be created in that area. Okay, and second thing is he will try to save that teeth by root canal. That is blood vessel which is supplying blood to that teeth, they'll cut so that teeth is not removed, it will be dead teeth, but it remains permanently, nothing will happen. But it will not give you any pain because there is no blood supply to that teeth. If there is no blood supply, then no infection. Okay, it is like artificial tooth there. But root canal is costly, you know. Like for one teeth they'll take 5,000, 6,000, goes up to 8 to 10,000 and all. But removal is nowadays 400 rupees they take. They just remove that teeth, so that problem solved. Okay, then so what I was saying, so 4 molars which comes at last, no, that will appear only after age 18. So they are called wisdom teeth. Then hard chewing surface of the teeth is made of enamel. You know, enamel is a white coat over the teeth. Sometimes enamel coat will be damaged. Enamel coat goes and it becomes dark there, black color area. That means it is called dental caries. Dental caries. And dental caries is because of if you are eating any food containing sugars, okay, sugar containing food if you eat, then that sugar containing food will release some acids, okay, and that acids will destroy the white color coat of teeth. Then white color enamel layer removes, then in that area it becomes black. That is called dental caries. Anyway, next, dental formula is there. You know, if you go to dentist, when you have to take dental x-ray, they will just write like 4 columns they make, not 4 columns, like plus mark they put, then that plus mark indicates upper 2, lower 2, 2 sides. Then they will write the name in the left side corner, like they'll write L2, L3, like that. I mean, third teeth of left side, this side, like that they write. Okay, dental formula is there, and dental formula for different animals it is different. In different animals, dental formula is different. Like dental formula of humans, dental formula of elephant, dental formula of rat, all of these are different, because number of teeth also varies from one animal to other animal. So human dental formula is what you see. They have written I2, no, I mean incisors 2 by 2, that is upper set and lower set 2 by 2. Then canines C 1 by 1. Okay, then premolars 2 by 2, molars 3 by 3 into 2. Why into 2? Because there are 2, no, upper and lower. So into 2 you have to do, because you see incisors 2 and 2. Incisors 2 and 2. Okay, because in the upper area only incisors will be 1, 2, 1, 2, totally 4. So that is left side and right side, I2 by 2. Then canines 1 by 1, that because here on. So then into 2 why they do? Because this is one set and lower set is 1. So upper and lower. So into 2 they have to do. Then you get 32 teeth. So incisors 4. I'm talking about one side, upper side. Incisors 4, canines 2, premolars 4, molars 3. Into 2, then 32. Okay. Then dental formula of milk dentition in kids, you know that only 20 will be there in number. That is incisors 2 by 2, canines 1 by 1. Premolars will not be there. Okay, premolars 0 by 0. Then molars will be 2 by 2. So into 2, that will be 20. So where premolars you don't see there. Premolars will not be there. Only molars. Okay. Then what I was saying. The next is pharynx. That is next part. Pharynx, gantalu antivalla, gantalu, neck portion. Pharynx, common passage for digestive and respiratory system. As I told you, up to here it is common tube for mouth and also air passage. That is for passing oxygen and carbon dioxide, also same tube, and for food also same tube till here. Then it divides into 2 branches. One branch goes to lungs, that is as trachea, and other branch goes to esophagus, that is for stomach. You see 2 parts will be there. Okay, 2 parts. Like you already know that when you take food, epiglottis, what is that? That will close the glottis so that food doesn't reach lungs. ಅಂದರೆ ತಿನ್ನುವಾಗ ಗ್ಲಾಟಿಸ್ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಿಂದ ಫುಡ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಲಂಗ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಲಂಗ್ passage will be closed by epiglottis. So what I was saying, it's a common passage for digestive and respiratory system. Sometimes what happens, one small part of the food tries to enter lungs, then we get severe cough. ಅಂದರೆ ಫುಡ್ ಇಸೋಫೇಗಸ್ ಅನ್ನನಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋ ಬದಲು, ಫುಡ್ ಪೈಪಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋ ಬದಲು ಲಿಟಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಲಂಗ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಕೆಮ್ಮು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಇದು ಮೂವಿಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಟ್ತಾರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ. Okay, then some people drink water. So so that it should not go to lungs. If it goes to lungs, then it will block the lungs and breathing stops. Okay, so the food will directly go to esophagus. Okay, when food materials pass through the pharynx, the cartilaginous epiglottis closes the glottis, that is opening of larynx. Okay, epiglottis closes the glottis. You already know, ಇದು already ಹೇಳಾಗಿದೆ respiration chapter ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Epiglottis closes glottis so that food doesn't enter trachea. So food directly goes to esophagus, then stomach. Okay, then that is a point. So in next class we will learn with esophagus, and we will continue this chapter. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.